Dear students, myself Ravindra Shinde, and let us continue with the series of lectures. Up till now, we have covered Gibbs free energy and Gibbs free energy change G and delta G. Let us, in short, again consider that, and then we'll move ahead. We'll consider few examples pertaining to that gives free energy. Yes. Now, actually, in notebook or notes textbook normally, uh, we directly find this equation definition of gives free energy G is equal to capital G is equal to H minus Ts. Okay, and gives free energy change because H, S, and T, enthalpy H, T, temperature in Kelvin, S, entropy. Since these are state functions, depends on initial state and final state and not on the path. Therefore, G gives free energy is also an example of a state function, and therefore it can be written in this form. Okay, delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S at a given temperature, isothermal process. So this comes from where? We started with this actually, that second law of thermodynamics. What it says that a spontaneous process, it will follow this law. What? Which one? Entropy change of the system. This is system. Entropy change of the system and entropy change of the surroundings together means entropy change of the universe during any change. If it is spontaneous, a change, physical change, chemical change, if the change is spontaneous, then it should follow this entropy change of the system and entropy change of the surroundings should be positive, greater than zero. Means entropy change of the universe should be positive. Universe is continuously expanding. I have told you that. Means randomness increases, disorder increases. Means entropy change delta S is positive for any spontaneous process. And the reason, basic reason behind that is that various forms into heat form of energy, that rate is more as compared to heat form into another form, and therefore it is a natural thing that heat form of energy of the universe is continuously increasing, and energy in the form of heat, if it increases, it is continuously increasing and it will continue to increase. Then heat form of energy, if it increases, it will result in increase in disorder, increase in randomness. Means overall entropy change of the universe will increase, the law. Therefore, now entropy change of a surrounding to measure during a change, if we are carrying out a change, it is difficult to, impossible to directly calculate, find the entropy change of the surroundings. Therefore, entropy change of the surroundings in the terms of system, we have written that in our earlier lecture I have told you, but in short just I have written again, because whatever will be the entropy change of the surroundings, whether it will increase or decrease, will depend on whatever change take place in the system. And in a system during a change, physical change or chemical reaction, or physical change, melting solid into liquid, liquid into gas, whichever, whatever enthalpy change, heat form of energy, whether it is given out from the system to the surroundings or from the surroundings to the system, whichever, that will result in, if suppose that certain amount of heat is during an example of exothermic reaction, certain amount of heat energy is given out to the surroundings, then entropy change of the surroundings we can calculate by using this formula. Delta S is equal to Q reversible upon T. Go back in the notes or my lectures, YouTube lectures. So all this, when we combine, surroundings, this equation, and entropy change of the surroundings was converted into was written in the format was changed, not the law system. So delta S of the surroundings, entropy change of the surroundings, is equal to whatever Q. Instead of Q, now we use delta H, enthalpy change. Whatever is the enthalpy change, if it is given out, it will be negative. If it is taken inside, it will be positive. Whatever is the sign, given out negative, taken inside positive, whatever, multiply by -1. Because if system has given out, means energy point of view loss, therefore negative, but surrounding will gain that heat energy and entropy change will increase, therefore the sign negative, and therefore delta S of the surroundings is converted into minus delta H of the system upon temperature at which that change has taken place. And this, when we add to this, then multiply by T, multiply by -1, all that we have done, it got converted into this. Now this same thing, by using this, mixing this, we got this. Now here what is beneficial is that both enthalpy change delta H and entropy change delta S, both are in the form of system. So enthalpy change of the system minus T into entropy change of the system. If this is less than 0, means if this is negative, delta H minus T delta S, system, both system now, then it will be a spontaneous process. Or for a process to be spontaneous, or any change, if it is spontaneous, it will have to fulfill this, the same thing in this form. And therefore enthalpy change and entropy change of the system, both are important. Both decide whether a change is spontaneous or not. And therefore from this, a terminology was designed. Gibbs, he came out with a formula. Therefore Gibbs G is equal to H minus Ts, and from that, since H enthalpy, entropy S and T, they are state functions, delta G, Gibbs free energy change, is equal to delta H minus T delta S was the formula. And from this, less than 0 means applicable to this also. And therefore delta G, if it is less than 0, means delta G, if it is negative, then and then only a change will be spontaneous. Now let us consider a few examples. We'll start with a reaction which was considered earlier also. The reaction you may be recalling. Okay, zinc plus means dilute H2SO4, and to dilute H2SO4 solution, if suppose that I add zinc powder, this is solid, this is aqueous, and as we know what happens, zinc 0 elemental form, it gets converted into zinc plus 2, it releases electrons, redox reaction, and plus 1 hydrogen it will accept, and therefore what we get is this ZnSO4 aqueous, zinc sulfate aqueous plus H2 gas. Now we know that the moment we add zinc to dilute H2SO4, ZnSO4 and H2 gas is liberated, and also we know that delta H enthalpy change of this reaction, since it is evolved, it is exothermic, means I will write it here negative. Now if we apply this, so from all this study ultimately now we can use this directly. For spontaneous process, delta G should be negative, that we have understood now. If it is positive, non-spontaneous. And equilibrium type of reactions, if equilibrium is attained, then delta G will be equal to 0. Step by step, all such examples will be there in our discussion. Okay, and now let us consider here. Now if we apply this equation, means I have written in this form. Now what will happen for this reaction? Solid, aqueous both react to give zinc sulfate and H2, where 1 mole of gas, means 1 mole of solid and 1 mole of aqueous H2SO4 give 1 mole of zinc sulfate and 1 mole of hydrogen gas, means randomness disorder point of view, means entropy change delta S. During this change, since 1 mole of gas is formed, if a solid or liquid or aqueous solution if it reacts and gets converted into gaseous, it means that randomness has increased, disorder has increased, means entropy has increased, means delta S will be positive. So for this reaction, delta S is positive. And since it is exothermic reaction, heat is given out. Now both are in the form of system. We have converted all these things I have repeated today also, and now ultimately or directly we will use this system enthalpy change, system entropy change gives free energy change. Now for this reaction, since solid and aqueous, and on the right hand side it is gaseous plus aqueous, means delta S is positive. And since it is exothermic reaction, delta H is negative. It is given out by the system to the surroundings. Now if this is positive and this is negative, means negative, this negative sign is of the formula itself. If delta S is positive, temperature, whatever is the temperature, it can be 298 Kelvin, it can be anything else. If delta S is positive, means T into delta S, it will be positive, and therefore this will remain negative. And since this is an example of exothermic process, this is negative. So negative and this part remains positive. Formula, the sign in the formula itself is negative. So negative, delta H negative and this negative, ultimately it will be negative sign, negative on the formula, and T delta S positive, means ultimately it will be negative. Therefore delta G will be negative, means less than 0. Delta G less than 0 means delta G negative, and therefore for such type of reaction, if delta H is negative, it is spontaneous, and we know that this is an example of spontaneous process. So therefore this is spontaneous. So for a change, chemical or physical, in addition to enthalpy change, entropy change, both are important, and therefore considering both gives derived an equation. And by considering both and the temperature at which that change is taking place, by considering these three factors, under those conditions for that change, if delta G is equal to negative, then that is an example of spontaneous process. Now we can consider the same thing, same reaction in reverse manner, whether reverse reaction is spontaneous or not. Means under the given conditions, like the moment we add zinc to H2SO4 dilute, a reaction takes place vigorously, heat is given out, H2 gas is liberated, spontaneous. That is just known to us, and it should also fit into what we have studied. Now let us consider whether this, if suppose that to the aqueous solution of zinc sulfate, if we pass hydrogen gas, and on paper if we consider that, whether it takes place or not we don't know, we can experimentally carry out, and also now theoretically we can explain in advance we can know. That is the advantage of such mathematical study. Before carrying out many reactions, whether that reaction will be possible or not under those conditions, and if at all we want to carry out that reaction, then what changes should be done, what conditions should be there. So now zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Zinc sulfate plus hydrogen spontaneously, the moment we mix pass H2 gas to zinc sulfate, whether this reaction will take place or not, zinc solid plus H2SO4, H2SO4 aqueous. Now gaseous aqueous, this is gaseous, this is aqueous, changes to solid and aqueous solution, means immediately it is possible for us to understand that delta S entropy change, entropy gaseous plus aqueous has changed to solid plus aqueous, means disorder has decreased, randomness has decreased, entropy of the initial state reactants and entropy of the final state, entropy has decreased, means entropy change delta S will be negative. And since, as we know, zinc when added to H2SO4, ZnSO4 plus H2 immediately takes place, we can carry out such type of experiment in our laboratory, and it is an example of exothermic reaction. Then the reverse reaction will be endothermic, of course. And therefore here, since as we have just now written delta S equal to negative, delta H enthalpy change of the system, entropy change of the system for this reaction, reverse reaction, is negative, it decreases, it will be endothermic, enthalpy change will be positive. Now if enthalpy change for the reverse reaction in red color, if this is positive and entropy change is negative, and we will use this equation, which is derived from all these, since earlier lectures we are considering same thing I have written here. Now entropy change negative and the formula itself contains negative sign, therefore this will be positive, and enthalpy change is positive for reverse reaction, therefore enthalpy change positive, let me write here positive in bracket, negative sign of the formula itself, and delta S is negative, and therefore these two ultimately T into negative delta S and the negative sign of formula, ultimately it will be positive, and positive plus positive, ultimately it will be positive. So for the reverse reaction, delta G, if you fill here whatever is the magnitude actual value, that delta G will be equal to a positive value, gives free energy change delta G. If it is positive, then that change cannot be spontaneous. It is not that we cannot carry out that reaction, but it will not be spontaneous. We have to use some energy, electrolysis, or some other enzymes and many other things. But under the routine conditions, under the conditions in which this reaction has taken place earlier, zinc plus H2SO4 spontaneous, under the same conditions, this reaction is not possible, delta G equal to positive. And therefore, whether a change, whether it is spontaneous or not, that we can calculate in advance on paper by using Gibbs free energy change equation. And one example we have considered, and the example is not that way new to us, and let us consider few more examples. And now let us switch over to another example. Now you can see on the board I have written a reaction. PCl5 gaseous decomposes to give PCl3 plus Cl2. Chemical reaction, decomposition, not complete decomposition. Okay. PCl5, if it gets converted into phosphorus and chlorine, that can be called as complete decomposition. This is the reaction. Okay. Now PCl5 gaseous changes to 1 mole of PCl5 changes to 1 mole of PCl3 gaseous and 1 mole of chlorine gaseous. So 1 mole of gaseous reactant changes to 1 plus 1 means 2 moles of gaseous products means delta S entropy change, disorder has increased, randomness has increased. As compared to reactants, the entropy of products is more, and therefore delta S is positive. Delta S is positive. And this reaction that experimentally we can find, few reactions we should be knowing, they are there in our textbooks and notes. PCl5 changes to PCl3 and Cl2 is an example of endothermic. Endothermic means delta H enthalpy change is positive. Now enthalpy change, it is absorbed. Enthalpy change if it is positive. And entropy change here it is positive. 1 mole gaseous changes to 2 moles of gaseous means entropy change positive. So of the system enthalpy change is positive, endothermic. Of the system entropy change is positive. For this change to be spontaneous, delta G should be negative. Then delta G is equal to enthalpy change, whatever, negative value, negative sign of the formula itself, T into delta S, which is positive. Magnitude will be there. Just I am writing the symbols. For delta G ultimately to be negative, which is a condition for a change to be spontaneous, what you feel? Whether under which conditions it will be spontaneous and will not be spontaneous. Delta H enthalpy change in this formula, delta H enthalpy change is positive here. Let me correct it. This is positive. Delta H is positive. Sign of the formula, negative sign. And T, whatever is the temperature in Kelvin, into delta S value, whatever is the value, here in this case it is positive. Ultimately, this positive, this sign of the formula itself, and T into delta S which is positive. Ultimately, this, if it comes to be negative for the process to be spontaneous, what should be the factor? Whatever is the heat absorbed, means magnitude of this, since it is positive here in this case, and this is also positive, this is positive, this is also positive. For this to be spontaneous, ultimately delta H minus T delta S should be negative, means delta H which is positive and delta S which is also positive, and ultimately delta G, for delta G to be negative, magnitude of T into delta S should be large. If T into delta S is large magnitude, then minus means minus 50 and plus 20 means it will be minus 30. So ultimately delta G will be negative, means for delta G to be negative, for delta G to be negative, this T delta S magnitude should be high, means at higher temperature in Kelvin, at higher temperature, whatever is the positive value of delta S for this reaction, at higher temperature, higher values of temperature, instead of 298 Kelvin, if it is 325 Kelvin, 350 Kelvin, means higher the temperature, you have to fill here in Kelvin. T into delta S magnitude will be large. T into delta S magnitude, ultimately if it exceeds the magnitude value, just number, magnitude value of delta H, then ultimately, since this is the formula, negative sign of formula, if T into delta S is higher in magnitude, ultimately delta G will be negative for high value of T. Means this reaction, which is endothermic, but delta S is positive, this can be spontaneous only at higher temperature. At a very high temperature, this will be higher in magnitude, and therefore ultimately this minus sign of the formula and this endothermic plus sign, ultimately it will be negative. At lower values of T, if suppose that this value is small and delta H as compared to enthalpy change, then delta G will be positive. Means this reaction PCl5 changes to PCl3 and Cl2. This reaction will be spontaneous only when if the reaction is carried out at a very high temperature and not at low temperatures. Let us consider one more example. We are familiar with this example. H2 plus 1/2 O2 is equal to H2O. 1 mole of gaseous hydrogen and half mole of gaseous oxygen react to give 1 mole of liquid water, and this reaction H2 plus 1/2 O2, balanced equation I have written, this reaction is exothermic, means enthalpy change delta H is negative. Heat is evolved during this process. And let us consider whether this reaction is spontaneous or if it is spontaneous under certain conditions or not, or it is spontaneous under all conditions or not. Now as we can see, 1 mole of hydrogen and half mole of oxygen. So on reactant side, 1.5 moles of gaseous reactants, they convert into 1 mole of liquid water. Means randomness has decreased, order has increased, disorder has decreased. Means entropy of reactants is more than entropy of products. Therefore delta S, entropy change in this case, is it has decreased. Final entropy, final disorder is less, and therefore delta S will be negative. Whatever will be the magnitude, the sign will be negative. And since this is an exothermic reaction, heat is given out, delta H, enthalpy change, will be negative. So enthalpy change for this is negative. Entropy change delta S is negative. Enthalpy change negative. Negative sign of the formula into T into magnitude will be there. I am just using sign. Delta S is negative. Okay. Now this delta H value, negative sign of the formula, this negative, the total minus into this negative, it will become positive, minus, and this entire will become positive. For delta G to be negative, okay, since delta S is negative and this negative of formula will make it positive, so this side will be positive. Enthalpy change, since it is exothermic, this is negative. Both if we combine, if it comes to be negative, delta G, then and then only this reaction will be spontaneous. Now, if suppose that, so for ultimately delta H minus T delta S to be negative, magnitude of delta H should be more. Magnitude value magnitude त्याचा आकडा magnitude of delta H should be more than magnitude of T into delta S, and therefore magnitude means this negative value minus, suppose at minus 8, and this T into delta S negative, and the formula delta S negative, ultimately suppose that this is minus 8 and this is plus 5, just analogy, ultimately it will be minus 3, means ultimately delta G will be negative. So for this change, for it to be spontaneous, magnitude of delta H should be high than T into delta S magnitude, ultimately the value. Then and then only delta H, delta G will be negative. Means at lower temperature, means lower value of T into delta S, this multiplication will be small. If it is smaller than delta H magnitude, enthalpy change, then and then only it will be spontaneous. For higher value, for higher value of T, suppose that T is very very high, 450 Kelvin, 500 Kelvin, if T is very very high for this reaction, then since delta S is negative and this is this negative sign of formula, then T into delta S, it is going to be positive but very high in magnitude, high positive, highly positive, and so this larger value of positive and exothermic reaction, if it is larger than delta H under those conditions, then for very high value of T, delta G, enthalpy change negative, but value of positive value of T delta S, because of very high value of T, if it is larger, ultimately it will be positive, and therefore at a very very high temperature, this reaction, at a very very high temperature, this reaction will not be spontaneous, it will be non-spontaneous. So Gibbs free energy change equation, it at a time does consider enthalpy change and entropy change, but not only that, it also gives idea what should be the temperature. Like in this case, this example, a very simple example, enthalpy change, heat is evolved, negative, entropy change, negative, because disorder, as we know, randomness has decreased, entropy change negative. Still, for this reaction to be spontaneous, delta G should be negative, means this should be carried out less temperature. At higher temperature, delta G will be positive and therefore it will be non-spontaneous. So enthalpy change and entropy change, both factors are important, and also the temperature at which the change is carried out, that is also important. So Gibbs free energy change equation gives us idea about whether a change will be spontaneous or not, and for that what should be the temperature on higher side or lower side, or irrespective of temperature. Few examples now we have considered. Now you go through the notes, there is a table, there is a chart, and from that you study that, and up till now whatever I have discussed, corresponding to that, you just go through the notes, lectures, you can ask doubts, and then we can go ahead. Thank you.